The 15th annual Rainbow Push Global Automotive Summit, Driving Ethnic Inclusion in the Global Automotive Expansion, brought together auto executives, minority business people, and other thought leaders for a day of dialogue, brainstorming, and networking. The morning kicked off with a leadership town hall panel discussion moderated by journalist Ed Gordon and the unveiling of the latest Rainbow Push white paper, The Diversion of Diversity.
There are certain people who are tired of diversity. They're tired of talking about it, tired of hearing about it, tired of being mandated to deal with it. They look at the advancements that people of color have made, and they conclude that it was done at the expense of others.
We get away now, I think, by saying, diversity. Well, it means we need some more left-handed people. We need somebody who drives on the right side of the road. I mean, to me, we have watered down the core of affirmative action, which means us, and by when you do so, that's less inclusion of black people.
There's no question that we spend in this economy $1.2 trillion every 12 months. But how much does this economy put back in our communities?
And again, I think finally, where are the dollars going? Not only advertising, who are your lawyers? Who are your bankers? And who's cleaning your building?
If you have a board of directors that has a lot of people of color and you have senior executives, then people can imagine other people being brought up the line and fitting into the right organizational types.
And we have to get away from employment to business ownership. If you really look at the number of unemployed African Americans, there are 1.9 unemployed African Americans in this country. But there's also 1.9 million African American owned businesses in this country. Simple math says if each one of these businesses has the resources and the opportunity to grow their firms, they can hire one additional employment.
The Business and Education Awards luncheon marked the world premiere of 2 commercials produced by African American ad agencies. Smarter for Hyundai, produced by Fuse Advertising.
It is my time to shine. That's why I am smarter about my health.
And I Throw Like a Girl, produced by Spike Lee's ad agency, Spike DDB.
I'm 13 years old. This summer was the best summer of my young life.
Oh my God, these pictures bring back so many memories.
The 15th anniversary of the summit was recognized through a video retrospective.
He's a master negotiator. He understands the strategy, I guess the art of war. He knows it well. But he's compassionate, he's respectful, he listens, but he has a plan. And his plan is equality for us.
It was followed by a candid conversation with the CEOs of Hyundai and General Motors on the positive effects of an all-inclusive ethnic minority business environment.
So people need to know it's really important, but they need to understand the why. And at General Motors, for quite some time, we've been talking about the fact that it is a business imperative. We will make better decisions when we have everyone represented and have, I'll say, a cross-section of views, because we all have different experiences, different backgrounds, different learnings, and that's the way we're going to succeed.
It takes more time to go out and find a new supplier. It takes more time to recruit differently to attract new employees. It takes more time to go out and find a new operator that hasn't had an opportunity yet, an African American operator to run a store. It's easier to appoint somebody else. So with limited time and limited budgets, people fall back to doing the same old, and that's what we have to protect against.
The GM Foundation awarded 25 scholarships through Push XL.
We're so grateful to the GM Foundation because we know how badly our students need dollars. The gap for most young people is between $5,000 and $7,000.
Making college affordable and accessible is so important to, not only these great students that we have here, but frankly for our nation.
The bulk of the day was spent in targeted workshops.
By the way, we build far more product in North America than any other region in the world. But in addition, we've now got responsibility for the lead launch of global models. So the Honda models that are sold throughout the world are now being launched here in North America first, and with that comes very early access to development activity and opportunities for suppliers.
Where we're partnering with a handful of diverse suppliers on a trial basis and utilizing our Toyota Production Center support center to pursue operational excellence with our suppliers and grow the sustainability so those suppliers can compete on a global scale.
On the cost front, what I'm really focused on is total delivered cost. So not just the price of the item, but the total cost all in, including logistics, import taxes, et cetera. And I am a very firm believer that we can and should buy from companies located here in the U.S.
I think the one message I would leave with you is one of the reasons that we all want to do business with a diverse supply base is you're reflective of our customers. So what insights can you bring to help us understand those diverse customers?
At Jeep, for example, when we launched the first ever summer brand campaign, it had a theoretical general market component. I ensured that there was every hue in that general market picture. It also had an African American component to it that was based on insights from the African American community.
No matter what we discuss, no matter what we talk about solutions, the solution is on the purchasing side. And I tell people all the time, especially black people that are in positions of power, I'm only here because you're over there pulling from me.
Moderated by Black Enterprise's Alfred Edmond, wisdom from trailblazing legacy suppliers closed out the afternoon.
We have discovered that a lot of the things that we learned in automotive, we've been able to transfer to aviation, we've been able to transfer it into logistics and other spaces where the margins are a little bit better, but more importantly, the lessons that are learned are able to be transferred.
When you talk about taking the next step and what's required to become considered a minority supplier any longer, stop acting like a diverse supplier. Stop standing there with your hands out, looking for a handout. Try to add value, try to add some sustainability to your business model, and at the end of the day, the goods and services that you provide should impact the customer's bottom line.
The evening was a salute to emerging leaders and living legends.
I think what you'll find from all of us is that to be a great leader, you have to be a great servant, and you have to serve others. And my whole perspective is helping others achieve their dreams and helping them appoint, minority dealers and women dealers.
Other than my role of being a union organizer or a union rep, I understand that I have to deal with many, many companies. And the best companies I ever had to deal with are those that are owned by minorities, because they understand the plight of people.
A year from now, I'm going to come back with a $100,000 check for Rainbow Push. But more importantly, I'm going to be a lonely little MBE doing this. There should be corporate members and other, at least, who are willing to match what a lowly MBE would do. There should be 10 corporations, am I right, should be willing to match that, or 9, that'd be even million.
I am the result of all the struggles that so many people in this room have had to go through so that there's a younger generation that can come through and just get to work. And I'm honored to be given awards, but it's not me. You're only enabled to do what you're enabled to do.
And this morning I heard people talking about how tired they were of talking. And as I was sitting listening to that, I thought, please keep talking. Because it is the talking in this room that enables diversity leaders like myself to go into boardrooms again and again and again and do the work that we do. So thank you to Reverend Jackson.
And I think what I heard today as I listened to Mr. Schukowski from Jai Hyundai and Mary, there's now a growing appreciation finally that blacks in this industry, we are necessary and we're indispensable and we are value added rather than the cost of doing business. That means, as with some success we've had, our best days ahead of us. So thank you very much.